Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, 20th of November, 2024. So the synoptic situation then. So this was as of midnight last night. That cold front associated with that low pressure well out Scandinavia now has passed through. That's the thing that gave us all the terrible weather we had yesterday, and it's going to leave us in a fairly brisk northwesterly flow. Caution a couple of frontal systems, one to the east and one to the west, with some weather on it, which I don't think is going to be a factor for us today because we're sort of slithered between the middle of them. And if I run that through to midday today, you can see that the occluded front associated with that low pressure out there to the northeast is well to the east of us, and the one to the west is north of Ireland. So I don't think we're going to be in too bad a weather situation today, apart from the fact it's going to be cold and we're going to have northwesterly breeze throughout the day. So the cloud radar is signifying the cloud associated with that occlusion out to the east and out to the west, but we're in a really reasonable fresh air in the middle. Now there is a sort of upper trough or something that's sort of coming at the moment. This isn't the last hour or so, then there could be some snow showers to the west of us associated with this little bit of cloud coming down there. So we will need to keep our eye on that. And the rain radar sort of shows that showery activity to the north and to the west of us. It seems to be decaying as it gets further and further south, which should be to our advantage. But some of the forecasts today are predicting maybe the odd little snow shower as far south as us here. So if we look through the predicted forecast from the Met Office, we're pretty clear. You see the whole wedge of showery activity associated with the stuff to the west, east, sorry, and that is sorry the west, and that is actually going to give us some some snow in the areas where that is at its worst. But as you can see, if I run all the way through to the day, we're fairly clear here. Some very, very heavy stuff uh, out to the east later on today, but we should be good for our flying day. Spot winds today, we've got northwesterlies 20 knots at 2,000 feet, and yeah, both north and south of us. Windy's giving us a nice steady 8 knots westerly actually on the surface. And if I run that through to even through to 2 o'clock this afternoon, it's it's going around to the northwest, but basically we've got a westerly flow throughout the day. So Odium Taff then, they're giving us 10 knots from the west, few clouds at 3,000 feet, and temporarily between 9 and 1, it's saying broken clouds at 700 and rain showers. So I think they're the showers that are coming down and may or may not affect us. I think, touch wood, we're probably going to be okay. Probably we're going to be left in the scattered clouds at 1,500 feet here. And if I look at Farnborough, they're giving, let's see if I can get a slight refresh on that. No, they're giving 7 knots from the west, no cloud below 1,500 feet, and no Q-NIMS, it's saying there. Bentworth is giving a nice clear day throughout the day. I've highlit the temperatures. It's going to feel about -3, -2 today with a bit of wind chill factor. Surface temperature around about 3 or 4 degrees. Winds from the northwest at 10 knots. And caution on the gusts. You see, they've got gusts here for 20-22 knots. I think that's only going to be associated if we have any Q-NIM or high towering cumulus activity, that we may possibly get some gusts with that. But I'm fairly confident we're not going to get winds anywhere near that today. GFS is giving us a max temperature of 4 degrees today with a dew point down at -2, and wind view outside the window is really nice. It's a 5 knot northwesterly currently and a nice and clear. And the forecast station is now working. Thank you, David, for getting that up and running. And we wish you a speedy recovery from your operation. Current temperature -1 with a dew point down at -3 and a light southwesterly wind. Um, Significant weather for the country. Here are all the showers with the snow activity, and you can see they're actually to the northwest of us. We're pretty well cleared down in the south. If I run this through, it stays pretty clear throughout. The QNIMs are getting, or shower activity, shall I say, is getting closer around about 12 o'clock, but it's not going to venture this way south, I don't think. And so we've got QNIMs embedded in all that lot, and then clear for the rest of the afternoon. Okay, so SkySight is giving us very, very thin queue at the moment. Possibly some build up later on around about 2:30, about 2,000 foot thereabouts. But if I run the cross section for today, that cloud's going to disappear, and then later on, we're going to have. Oh, this is after flying. We're going to have some more embedded clouds over there. And this stuff up here they're showing is up at 14,000 feet. It doesn't even show on the below 10,000 foot chart. Okay, no terms for today then. If I whiz back to the home page, we've got the usual culprits, and they are 20. There's flares and parachutes. That's going to be later on today, 6 till 1. Actually, let's find out where they did. I did make a note of that. Shotter Mill, which is obviously well south of us. And 23 is live firing, the usual thing at Barton Stacey, surface to 1300. 25, flare firing at Aldershot. Surface to that's from 5 o'clock onwards today. 28 is a normal D132 Ash Rangers active today, surface to 1100 feet, and 29 is flare flying at Blackwater. That's not going to be until this evening. So then let's have a look at the airfield setup. Quick reminder, please, to everyone, SPL deadline for conversions, September 2025. Recommended by CAA to apply by March 2025. That's because they're anticipating a huge amount of people applying. And if you don't have your application in by March, they're not guaranteeing that you'll get it by September. So please go ahead and do that if you haven't done it already. Speak to someone that has. It's a very, very simple process. Okay, so the cross-section then for Odium. Here are the towering cumulus they're talking about. 30% probably temporarily broken towering cumulus. And if we do get something like that come through here, there may be a bit of snow associated with that. The information I have, that's going to stay to the west of us. But we're going to be left with a southwesterly, northwesterly, anywhere to southwest and northwest on the ground. So we'll be setting up a runway 27 and clearing up for the rest of the day. Caution temperature, the freezing levels, a sub-zero level lay at the moment out there, but throughout the day, basically the freezing level is going to be above about 1,500 feet. So it is going to be cold today, great fizz, and warnings of snow. No reported movements today. We will be in a fresh northwesterly airflow, sharing activity to the west and snow with QNIMs possible. 8-knot west-northwesterly winds throughout the day, so we will set up on runway 27. Be careful the wheel brake use on any grass, please. And it's going to be cold out there today. Please dress appropriately. And if you haven't found out already, the canteen, the restaurant is available to sit in the warm, but there are no hot drink facilities today. We have 4 K21s, 3 K13s available, 3 K21s on the booking system. Charles Baker, Mark Benson and Nigel Pringle. K21 and K13s are available for the casual lists. We will need an instructor, please, if there's one spare lying around. We will need an instructor, please, for the casual list today. Martin Conboy is a K13 booked this afternoon. He may need to get it out, Martin, so be aware about that. Trial flights today, Phil Newman is the man. He normally prefers a K13. I'll leave that up to you, Phil. A K21 would be available if you wanted it today. All the single seaters are booked except SH2 and SH4. Watch out for misting canopies and a reminder of the buggies and the simulator. Here's the booking list. Charles, Mark, and Nigel, instructors in the morning and afternoon all day, so they're going to be nice and busy. K21 is available for the casual list, K13 or K21 for the trial lessons, and all the single seats are booked except SH2 and SH4. And we have 4 people on the casual list. So setup today is going to be on a standard 2.7 operation, aerotone to the north, winch launching to the south, winch down at the far western end, and light northwesterly wind throughout the day. Caution, please, with the disused runways. No taxiing over them or landing on them. Okay, I'll see you all shortly. Take care. Bye.
You'll see me quicker than shortly. Good morning.